Walter, Shabbat Shalom. Shabbos, how are you? That's good. So we're gonna start. We're gonna start then. No, he'll be here by the end of the service.
Can you hear me? Okay. I can't hear you. Yeah. Test speaker. Ah,
Can we hear now?
yep.
Okay. Excellent.
I'm so glad it wasn't on my end.
Okay, so let's just check in with the YouTube folks. Okay, just give us about 20 seconds for the delay, and hopefully that will work there also. Okay, are we getting me on YouTube? Yes, no? Yay, okay. We love it when technology works. Okay, wonderful. So, very good. Let's turn together to page 10 as we welcome Shabbat, and we welcome Sue Peteshin all the way from Ottawa. Thank you, Sue, for joining us and being our lay cantor this evening. And we'll begin with Ma Yafeh Hayom, how beautiful this day is.
Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat, Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom. Ma yafeh hayom. Shabbat shalom.
For many people around the Jewish world, this evening begins the 8th day of Passover, so it's still the Passover celebration. For many in Israel and for the Reform community, Passover is 7 days, which means that today was the very last day of Passover, and so this evening begins Shabbat, which is Shabbat. In our eclectic kind of mix, what we've chosen to do is to take a little piece of the very end of Passover, which is the Yizkor service, the memorial service, and insert that into our Shabbat evening service as a way of honoring both the end of Passover and all of those who have come before us. And so we'll do that closer to the end of of our service. And so now we will continue on page 20 as we welcome Shabbat with Lecha Dodi. As we get to the end, we'll all rise, turn to the door, and welcome our Shabbat bride.
Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalanai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Lecha dodi likrat kalai yalanai 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 pnei Shabbat nekabela. Shamor וזכור בדיבור אחד השמיענו אל המיוחד. אדוני אחד ושמו אחד לשם ולתפארת ולתהילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לקראת שבת לכו ונלכה כי בקור הברכה מראש מקדם נסוכה סוף מעשה במחשבה תחילה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. התעוררי התעוררי כי באורך קומי אורי. אורי אורי שיר דברי כבוד אדוני עלייך נגלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 בני שבת נקבלה. בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה גם בשמחה ובצהלה. תוך אמוני עם סגולה בואי חלה בואי חלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה. לך דודי לקראת כלה יללה 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 פני שבת נקבלה.
Please be seated and let's continue on page 24, offering words of welcome to all those. Shalom Aleichem, may their peace be on you. And the response is, Alechem Shalom, on you may there be peace.
Shalom Aleichem מלאכי השרת מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. בורכם לשלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. ברכוני לשלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא. צאתכם לשלום מלאכי השלום מלאכי עליון. מי מלך מלאכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא.
We turn together to page 26 as we rise for Chatzi Kaddish.
יתגדל ויתקדש שמי רבה.
Amen.
דיברה חירותי והמליך מלכותי, בחייכון וביומכון, ובחיי לכל בית ישראל, בגלה ובזמן קריב, ואמרו אמן. יהי שמרה במבורך, לעולם ולעלמי עלמיה, יתברך, יתברך וישתבח, ויפאר ויתרומם ויתנשא, ויתהדר ויתעלה ויתהלל, שמד קדושה בריחו. להילה מן כל ברכתה ושירתה, תושבחתה ונחמתה, להמירן בעלמה, ואמרו אמן.
Page 28 remains standing for Baruch Hu.
Am I awake? Am I prepared? Are you listening to my prayer? Can you hear my voice? Can you understand? Am I awake? Am I prepared? Yalla lie lie lie, 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 yalla lie lie lie. Baruchu et Adonai HaMevorach. Baruch Adonai HaMevorach Le'olam va'ed, Le'olam va'ed. Yalla lie lie lie, 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 yalla lie lie lie.
Please be seated as we continue with Ma'ariv Aravim, page 30. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, asher bidvaro ma'ariv aravim, b'chochma poteach sha'arim, uvitvuna meshane itim, umachalif et hazmanim, umesader et hakochavim, b'mishmerotehem b'rakia kirtzono. Bore yom v'layla golel or mipnei choshech, v'choshech mipnei or. Uma'avir yom umevi laila, umavdil ben yom uven laila, Adonai tzvaot shemo. El chai v'kayam, tamid yimloch aleinu leolam va'ed, Baruch atah Adonai, hama'ariv aravim. Page 33. As you taught Torah to those whose names I bear, teach me Torah too. Its mystery beckons, yet I struggle with its truth. You meant Torah for me. Did you mean the struggle for me too? Don't let me struggle alone. Help me to understand, to be wise, to listen, to know. Lead me into the mystery. Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We'll continue on page 32 with Ahavat Olam.
Ahavat Olam, Beit Yisrael, Amcha Avta, Amcha Avta, Torah u'mitzvot, Chukim u'mishpatim, Otanu limadeta, banu limadeta. על כן אדוני אלוהינו ושוכבנו ובקומנו נשיח בחוקיך ונשמח בדברי תורתך ובמצוותיך לעולם ועד כי הם חיינו ויארך ימינו ובהם נגד יומם ולילה נגד יומם ולילה ואהבתך אל תסיר ממנו לעולמים ברוך אתה אדוני אוהב עמו ישראל אוהב עמו ישראל.
Wisdom and wonder, passion and instruction, story and symbol. All these things your Torah gives to us. And the more we devote ourselves to it, the more it grows and gives. What could be a truer token of your abiding love than this holiest of your works and the living language that gives it form? Baruch atah Adonai, Ohev Amo Yisrael. We rise together, page 34, Shema.
Shema Yisrael. Okay. Elohim. Adonai Echad. Shem Kevod Malechuto Leolam Leolam Vaed.
Please be seated and we continue with V'ahavta. I don't know, should you chant it?
I don't know.
I bet you can.
I bet I can.
I bet you can, so chant it.
V'ahavta et Adonai Elohecha b'chol levavcha u'b'chol nafshecha u'b'chol meodecha v'hayu advarim ha'eleh asher anochi mizavcha hayom al levavecha Vishinantam levanecha v'dibarta ba'am B'shivtecha b'veitecha uvlechtecha v'aderek uv'shokbecha uv'chumecha u'kshartam liot al yadecha v'hayu totafot b'einecha u'ktavtam al mezuzot beitecha uv'yisharecha lema'an tizkeru Ba'asitem et hol mitzvotai v'item kedoshim la'Elohechem ani Adonai Elohechem asher hotzeti etchem me'eretz mitzvotai or Mitzrayim liot lachem Elohim ani Adonai Elohechem
Adonai Elohechem Emet. Yasher Koach. You are ready for tomorrow. I said ready, not done. Page 39. In a world torn by violence and pain, a world far from wholeness and peace, give us the courage to say, Adonai, there is one God in heaven and earth. The high heavens declare your glory. May earth reveal your justice and love. From bondage in Egypt, we were delivered. At Sinai, we bound ourselves to your way. Inspired by prophets and instructed by sages, Time and again we overcame oppressive forces. Though our failings are many and our faults are great, it has been our glory to bear witness to our God, keeping alive in dark ages your vision of a world redeemed. Together, let us continue to work for the day when the nations will be one and at peace. Then shall we rejoice as Israel did, singing on the shores of the sea. And we continue on page 40 with Mi Chamocha, our song of freedom.
Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh, nora tehilot, osef ele, osef ele. Mi chamocha ba'elim Adonai, mi kamocha nedar b'kodesh.
Malchutecha ra'u vanecha bokei yam nifnei Moshe uMiriam, ze Eli anu va'amru Adonai yimloch leolam va'ed, v'ne'emar ki fada Adonai et Yaakov, v'golo miyad chazak mimenu, Baruch atah Adonai, Ga'al Yisrael. Page 43. Let there be love and understanding among us. Let peace and friendship be our shelter from life's storms. Adonai, help us to walk with good companions, to live with hope in our hearts and eternity in our thoughts, that we may lie down in peace and rise up waiting to do your will. And we continue on 42 with Hashkivenu.
Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu echayim. Hashkivenu Adonai, Eloheinu leshalom, v'hamidenu shomreinu echayim. Ushmor tzeitenu, uvoinu. Excuse me. Took the wrong piece of music.
Okay. Lo mashana.
Okay.
Okay, fine. We'll continue. We'll give you another chance. We'll do Vishamru instead. How's that?
Okay, that I can do.
Okay, good. Vishamru, page 44.
ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת, לתורתם ברית עולם. ביני ובין בני ישראל, אותי לעולם, אותי לעולם. אותי לעולם, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדות ברית עולם. כי ששת ימים עשה אדוני את השמיים ואת הארץ, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדות ברית עולם. וביום השביעי שבת ברי נפש, שבת ברי נפש, שבת ויהי נפש, ושמרו בני ישראל את השבת, לעשות את השבת לדות ברית עולם.
We rise together for Amidah, page 46. Adonai sifatai tiftach ufi agit tehilatecha, Adonai, open our lips, that our mouths may declare your praise.
Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu ve'Elohei avotenu ve'imotenu Elohei Avraham Elohei Yitzchak Elohei Yaakov Elohei Sarah Elohei Rivka Elohei Rachel ve'Elohei Leah האל הגדול, הגיבור והנורא, אל עליון, גומל חסדים טובים, וקונה הכל, וזוכר חסדי אבות ואימהות, ומביא גאולה לבני בניהם, למען שמו בימה. מלך עוזר ומושיע ומגן, ברוך אתה אדוני, מגן אברהם בעזרת שרה. אתה גיבור לעולם אדוני, מחיה כל אתה רביה, מוריד הטל, מכלכל חיים. מחיה הכל ברחמים רבים, תומך נופלים ורופא חולים, ומתיר אסורים, ומקיים אמונתו לשני עפר. מי כמוך בעל גבורות, ומדומה לך, מלך ממית ומחיה, ומצמיח ישועה, ונאמנת לחיות הכל. ברוך אתה אדוני, מחיה הכל. אתה קדוש בשמך קדוש, וקדושים בכל יום יעלוך סלה. ברוך אתה אדוני, האל הקדוש.
Please be seated as we continue, page 53. Days pass and the years vanish, and we walk sightless among miracles. God, fill our eyes with seeing and our minds with knowing. Let there be moments when your presence, like lightning, illumines the darkness in which we walk. Help us to see, wherever we gaze, that the bush burns unconsumed, and we, clay-touched by God, will reach out for holiness and exclaim in wonder, how filled with awe is this place, and we did not know it. Baruch atah Adonai, ha'el hakadosh. Page 57. Ever-present one, may we, your people Israel, be worthy in our deeds and our prayer. Wherever we live, wherever we seek you, in this land, in Zion restored, in all lands, you are our God, whom alone we serve in reverence. Baruch atah Adonai, she'otcha lavadcha b'yirah na'avod. We continue with our prayer for peace, Sim Shalom Rav, on page 61.
Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav Yisrael Amcha, Tasim Leolam. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. כי אתה הוא מלך אדון לכל השלום. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. שלום רב על ישראל עמך, תשים לעולם. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל, בכל עת ובכל שעה בשלומך. שלום אהבה ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. שלום אהבה ישראל עמך תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם. תשים לעולם.
We take a few moments for silent prayer, those prayers in our hearts and our minds.
יהיו לרצון אמרי פי והגיון ליבי לפניך. אדוני צורי, אדוני צורי, וגואלי, וגואלי.
We turn together to page 253, and we think of all those all over the world who need our blessings of healing, those who are so deeply affected by this horrible war in Ukraine, of all those who need healing of any sort and variety, those who continue to struggle with COVID-19, those who struggle with illness in so many different ways, an illness of body, of mind, of heart, of spirit. And in our congregation, we mention Jacob Adams, Pat Hanna, Doug Ford, Steve Tottleben, Michael Goldman, Linda Lyons, Patsy Olson, Merv Weinman, Diane Levy, Robin Lewis, Frank Fusaro, Katie Alaya, Renee Goldman, Phil DeFrancesco, Jay Kaler, Nancy Kohler, Debbie Perry, Amy Doherty, Dick Metcalf, Jeannie Neibauer, Julie Matthews, Dane Marcinowski, Maggie Lee, Noya Grinberg, Stacy Mason, Bridget Mueller, Mary Ann Piscatelli, and Joan Rosenthal. If you're joining us via live stream, please, and you would like to add a name, add it into our chat box. If you're joining us here in person, as I look around, please share a name if you wish. And we join together in Misha Berach, not in the Debbie Friedman version, but in the Lisa Levine version, just so you're not confused.
מי שברך אבותינו, אברהם, יצחק ויעקב. מי שברך אמותינו, רבקה לאה ורחל. May the one who blessed our mothers, may the one who blessed our fathers, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and yet bless us as well. Bless us with the power of your healing, bless us with the power of your hope. May our hearts be filled with understanding and strengthened by the power of your love. Bless us with the vision for tomorrow. Help us to reach out to those in pain. May the warmth of friendship ease our sorrow. Give us courage, give us faith, show us the way. Mi sheberach avotenu, mi sheberach imotenu. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well. Hear our prayer, hear our prayer, and bless us as well.
If you're here in person, we'll be using a projected version of the Yizkor service. If you're joining us via live stream, it will just be on your screen. We begin, as we often do in times of grief, by reciting psalms. And so we begin with the 23rd Psalm, Adonai Ro'i.
Adonai Ro'i lo echsar bino sheyavitzeni al mei menuchot yinaleni. נפשי שובב, ינחני במדלי צדק, למען שמו, למען שמו. גם כי אלך בקץ המוות, לא כי אתה עמדי. שבטך ומשענתך המה ינחלני. תערוך לפניי שולחן נגד צורריי, דשנת בשמן ראשי, כוסי ורוויה. אך טוב בחסד ירדפוני, כל ימי חיי, ימי חיי. ושבת בבית אדוני לאורך ימים, לאורך ימים. אדוני ראוי לא אחסר, אדוני ראוי לא אחסר.
With God as my shepherd, I shall not want. The Eternal makes me to lie down in green pastures, leads me beside the still waters, restores my soul, guides me in straight paths for the sake of God's name. Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil, for you are with me. Your rod and your staff, they comfort me. You prepare a table before me in the presence of my enemies. You have anointed my head with oil, my cup overflows. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I shall dwell in the house of the Eternal forever. And from the 121st Psalm, Shir lema'alot esa einai el heharim ma'ayin yavo Ezri. Ezri me'im Adonai oseh shamayim va'aretz. Al yaten lamut raglecha, al yanum shomrecha. I turn my eyes to the mountains. From where will my help come? My help comes from the eternal maker of heaven and earth. God will not let your foot give way. Your guardian will not slumber. See, the guardian of Israel neither slumbers nor sleeps. The eternal is your guardian. The eternal is your protection at your right hand. By day the sun will not strike you, nor the moon by night. The eternal will guard you from all harm. God will guard your soul. The eternal will guard your going and coming, now and forever. Our loved ones live in our broken hearts. At times, that brings some measure of healing. Their acts of kindness and generosity are the inheritance they leave behind. We feel their absence, but the beauty of their lives abides among us. As it is said, the name of one who has died shall not disappear. Our loved ones' names and their memories will endure among us. And these are their names and on our lips and in our hearts. And so we continue with the words of El Malei Rachamim. I ask us to all please rise.
El Malei Rachamim shochen במרומים המצא מנוחה נכונה תחת כנפי השכינה עם קדושים וטהורים כזוהר כמזהירים לנשמות יקירינו שהלכו לעולמם בעל הרחמים יסתירם בסתר כנפיו לעולמים ויצור בצרור החיים את נשמתם ונחתם וינוחו בשלום על משכבם ונאמר Amen.
Please be seated. As we have done in the past, we remember the faces of all those who've been such an important part of our congregation and our community. And as we watch those faces and they evoke memories in us, we cherish them and hold on to them as treasured gifts that we revisit 4 times each year. At the end of our slideshow, I'd like to invite anybody who wishes, who is here especially remembering someone, to share just a line, a word, something that is important or special to them about that person. Anybody who is here with us in person would like to share a reflection or memory?
Today would have been my mother's 96th birthday. And she was not a wonderful mother, but she just had the best sense of humor. She could laugh at herself and laugh at jokes. We miss her.
And if anybody wishes to share online, please type in your memory into our chat box, and we'll be able to share it that way.
I nominate Susan's parents and 3 of her 4 grandparents. And they were all Pittsburgh Pirates baseball fans. We miss you very much, and the Pirates are still bad.
I'm from Toronto. We grew up with the Leafs.
Let's remember the 3,000 people who died on 9/11. A lot of friends.
Yeah.
Tonight is my mother. I live in Columbus.
The temple, Jewish Community Council, stairways, and hospitality house. John will always be remembered.
I think as Walter said, Joan will always be remembered, but there are so many that I personally remember. I think about with love, I think about the good times, and I think about the impact that so many of us have had on our lives and on the lives of future generations, setting the standard for us. And I'm just so grateful that they are part of my life.
And with that, we take the memories of all those we have loved and who have come before us, as well as the ones who died most recently in our congregation, David Buckle, and those for whom we are observing Yahrzeit on this Shabbat: Norman Shore, Esther Jacobson, Morris Berenstain, Henry V. Jacobson, Fanny Mazeroff, Howard Paul, Kurt Nathan, Carolyn Rosenthal, Nathan Feldman, Melvin Kerr Sr., Rebecca Levick, W. Lewis Schlesinger, Heinrich Schaffner, Bess Fall, Israel Cohen, Theodore Kahn, James Simon, Alfred Baker, Miriam Ronas, Rose Kerr, Betty Rubin, Rose Fisher, Erwin Strauss, Adolf Eisenberg, Shirley Bernstein, Henry Pudens, Florence Scharf, Maurice Dreyfus, and Rebecca Schiller. And if anybody has other names that you would like to add and you are joining us via live stream, please add them into our chat box. If you are here, as I look around, if you wish to add a name, please do so. So we rise together for words of Kaddish. Yitkadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, bi'almat te v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon u'v'yomechon, u'v'chayei dechol beit Yisrael, ba'agala v'zman kariv v'imru, amen. Yehi Shmei Rabba Mevorach Le'elam U'Lalmei Almaya Yitbarach V'yishtabach V'yitpa'ar V'yitramam V'yitnaseh V'yithadar V'yitale V'yitalal Shemei Dekudsha Barichu La'ela Min Kol Birchata V'shirata Tushbachata V'nechemata Damiran Bi'alma V'imru Amen Yehi Shlama Rabba Min Shemaya V'chaim Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen Oseh Shalom Bimromav Hu Ya'aseh Shalom Aleinu V'al Kol Yisrael V'imru Amen. Please be seated. We'll continue together with Aleinu on page 282. Please rise. Sorry.
Aleinu לשבח לאדון הכל, לתת גדולה ליוצר בראשית, שלא עשנו כגויי הארצות, ולא שמנו כמשפחות האדמה, שלא שם חלקנו כהם, וגואלנו ככל המונם. ואנחנו קוראים ומשתחווים ומודים לפני מלך מלכי המלכים הקדוש ברוך הוא, שהוא נוטה שמיים ויוסד הארץ, ומושב יקרו בשמיים ממעל, ושכינתו זו וגורם מרומים, הוא אלוהינו אין עוד, אמת מלכנו את פסולתו, הכתוב בתורתו, וידעת היום והשבות אל לבבך, כי אדוני הוא האלוהים, השמיים ממעל, ועל הארץ מתחת אין עוד. ונאמר והיה אדוני למלך על כל הארץ, ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד, ושמו אחד.
Please be seated. I'd like to welcome Janice Whitmer's house forward to share some congregational announcements.
Shabbat Shalom, everybody. Okay. Services this week are in memory of Miriam Ronis, Rose Kerr, and Melvin Kerr Sr. And most importantly, they are also in honor of Hunter Skornick, who's being called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. So the biggest announcement is tomorrow morning. There will be no Torah study, but we will have our own Hunter here who will be called to the Torah as a bar mitzvah. So you can come in person to services if you are vaccinated. COVID policies are applicable, or you can watch it on YouTube. Also, a big event on Sunday, the JCC Yom HaShoah program, and that's being held in the Monticello Room at the Jefferson Education Society at 32nd Street and 32nd and State Streets. Or you can also attend that one via Zoom, and there's a link for that. Shabbat Shalom, everybody.
Shabbat Shalom. And Sue, thank you so much. Yasher Koach, always.
My pleasure, as always.
Wonderful to have you with us. And Mazel Tov on your upcoming receiving of your master's degree.
Thank you.
Wonderful, wonderful.
Thank you.
I know that's been a long time goal, so we are thrilled for you and Mazel Tov.
And I'm very lucky to have had your support as well.
So we'll conclude this, this evening service with a passage from, actually what usually is from the Havdalah service, but it's Ozi v'zimrat Yah, God is my strength and my blessing as I sing God's praises. Page 306, second line in the Hebrew.
Ozi v'zimat Yah, vayhi Yeshua. 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 Ozi, last time. V'zimat Yah, vayhi Yeshua.
Hunter, come on up, and why don't you bring the rest of the guys with you? Sue, will you lead us in Kiddush?
Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, borei peri hagafen. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, asher kitshanu b'mitzvotav v'ratzah banu, v'shabbat kodsho b'ahava u'vratzon hinchilanu. זיכרון למעשה בראשית, כי הוא יום תחילה למקרא קודש, זכר יציאת מצרים. כי בנו בחרת, ואותנו קידשת מכל העמים. ושבת קודשך, אהבה ורצון, הנחלתנו. ברוך אתה אדוני, מקדש השבת. Amen. Is it a good year?
It's a good month. Let's join together. Hamotzi lechem min haaretz. We give thanks to God for bread. Our voices rise in song together as our joyful prayer is said. Baruch atah Adonai Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz.
Amen.
Have a peace. Shabbat shalom, everybody. Stay safe. Mazel tov. Mazel tov to Hunter and all of his family, and thank you for joining us here. And wonderful to have everybody joining us via our YouTube feed. And Sue, once again, Yasher Koach, thank you so much. We'll talk to you all soon. Shabbat shalom.
Shabbat shalom.